In a quiet, forgotten village where the sky had forgotten how to shine, a lonely girl named Elia lived at the edge of the forest. Her parents had vanished in a terrible storm 3 years ago, and no one had spoken to her since. The village whispered she was cursed. But every morning, Elia sat by the window, clutching a worn scarf that once belonged to her mother, hoping the wind would return with news. All morning, the wind didn't smell like sorrow. It carried a hint of something else. Lavender and moonlight. That's when Elia saw her. An old woman, tall and cloaked in robes that shimmered like midnight stars, appeared at the forest's edge. She didn't speak a word. She simply handed Elia a box carved from dark wood. "Never open it," she whispered, and, just like that, she was gone. Elia stared at the box for hours. It was warm, as if it had a heart inside. When night came, she placed it on her bedside table, but the soft hum it gave off kept her awake. It whispered things, not words, but feelings, longing, sorrow, hope. Elia pressed her ear to the lid, and in the hum she heard laughter. Her mother's laughter. And suddenly her heart broke all over again. That night, Elia dreamed she was standing in a field of stars. Her mother stood across from her, smiling, arms open. But as Elia tried to run toward her, the ground cracked open and a shadow rose. The box appeared in the sky above them, glowing brighter and brighter until it shattered into 1,000 lights. Elia woke up gasping, her hand reaching toward the empty air. In the morning, Elia found the box had moved. It now sat on her windowsill, though she was sure she'd left it on the table. A thin crack had formed along the lid, glowing faintly blue. She touched it, and a whisper hissed into her ears, a language not meant for the living. Elia pulled her hand away, but the box pulsed once, like a heartbeat. Something inside was waking up. All day, Elia tried to ignore the box, but no matter where she went, she could feel it, like a weight on her chest. Her hands trembled every time she walked past it. She wanted to obey the woman's warning, but the hum had changed. It was calling her now, in a voice that sounded like her mother's, soft and pleading, and Elia, for the first time, stepped closer, ready to lift the lid. Hastily shaking hands, Elia lifted the lid. Light poured out, not blinding, but warm, golden, and alive. Inside the box danced memories. Her mother's laughter, the smell of cinnamon bread, the sound of lullabies in the dark. A tiny glowing bird rose from within, circling Elia's head like it recognized her. She didn't cry, but her heart did. The box hadn't cursed her. It had remembered her. Elia sat in silence, the glowing bird resting on her shoulder. She realized then, the box hadn't been a warning, it had been a promise. A promise that love never really leaves us, that memories aren't chains, they're wings. Her mother hadn't been locked inside, she had always been with her. The woman hadn't told her not to open it out of fear, but to make sure she was ready to feel it. The next morning, Elia walked through the forest with the box in her hands. It no longer glowed, but it didn't need to. Her mother's voice was inside her now. The wind felt warmer, the world seemed softer. And though she didn't know where the path would lead, for the first time in a long time, she didn't feel lost.